It's nearly June, and you know what that means, one of the biggest months of the year for gaming announcements. Previously, they'd be fed to us through a number of pre-event presentations live-streamed across the globe ahead of E3. Unfortunately, E3 is cancelled. Likely because gaming publishers, brands, and journalists have realised they can put on their own shows without having to revolve around the location, schedule, and other E3 demands. Whilst many of these presentations are split up across the year, we still see a packed timetable from the biggest players in gaming in June. I'll pop the details on the screen right now so you can save them to your calendars. So let's move on to my own personal predictions of what we'll get in this year's not-E3 presentations. Do I think we'll get a release date for Hollow Knight Silksong? It's unlikely, but it is possible. As a reminder, Team Cherry let us know on the 10th of May that the release of Hollow Knight Silksong has been postponed from the first half of 2023. I read this as if it's been pushed to the second half, but they don't want to state that explicitly, so fans aren't disappointed. Trust me, I'm a project manager. I'm an expert in managing expectations and wording things in a way where I can get away with not giving you anything concrete. I'd be surprised if we do get a release date. Team Cherry have also already confirmed we can expect more details from them closer to the release, and the game is still in development, so I imagine there's a near zero chance it'll get shadow dropped. And the timing of their delay announcement being so close to the expected release window indicates to me that they really did try to meet the deadline communicated by Xbox last year. Lack of communication complaints are entirely valid, and I imagine that announcement was very difficult for the team to make. But I'm still remaining positive and look forward to the more details to come. Do I think we'll hear anything about Silksong at all? Yes, absolutely. Look, I think at the very least we'll get a few mentions here and there, maybe a short clip and a montage for upcoming games to PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. And you guys are gonna call me dumb for this, but I genuinely do think we'll get another trailer or something substantial. If we do, I'd put my money on it being in the Xbox Game Showcase, which I'm gonna be watching anyway. And don't worry, I'm well prepared with the clown makeup and wig. I also predict that we'll see a slew of annoying fans in every single chat for every single presentation chanting Silksong over and over, but hey, everyone has their coping mechanisms, at least it's healthier than alcoholism. Alright, let's continue with my own personal hopes and dreams for the presentations, and then we can move on to the more likely predictions, and finally, what's already confirmed. First of all, I'm hoping to hear more about the Hades 2 early access. They said fans would hear more this year, so this is really the perfect opportunity. For those unaware, I love Hades, it's probably one of my favourite games to ever exist, and I need more. I'm also hoping for another Nintendo Mini Direct to be announced last minute, just like last year, though we did get a lot in the last Direct and Tears of the Kingdom is out now, so I'm not sure what they'd come out with. I just think it'd be fun to add it to the mix. I'm hoping for a new trailer or release date for The Outer Worlds 2 during the Xbox Game Showcase. The announcement and first trailer for The Outer Worlds 2 was revealed in 2021, and we've heard very little since. Obsidian have been working on this alongside with another title, Avowed, which was announced back in 2020. After a very small amount of research, it seems many believe The Outer Worlds will be with us in 2025 and then Avowed in 2024, so it's far more likely that we'll get something for Avowed to tease gamers ahead of its release. It's just that I'm a bad person and I don't really care about Avowed. In an ideal world, would all win. Moving on, we're getting an entire direct dedicated to Starfield, which is still set to release this year, pending no more delays. I do predict we'll hear absolutely nothing about Elder Scrolls 6. I hope I'm wrong, but strategically, they're gonna want to focus on Starfield for the time being. Ubisoft confirmed earlier this year that Beyond Good and Evil 2 is still in development. However, it's been 15 years since it was announced, and we've seen no real evidence of the game's existence. Sure, we've had trailers, but as far as I know, no gameplay or demos. The managing director of the game also left the studio in February, so really it's bad news all round. I just hope it gets acknowledged. Continuing with Ubisoft, there's also the upcoming Avatar and Star Wars games. Those are separate games, not a clash there. Though that would be a fun collab. I've read predictions of early 2024 release dates for both, so if true, we should be getting updates on both titles. I'm also hoping for news on GTA 6 because I really am huffing the copium right now, but it's been less than a week since the Take-Two Interactive Investors call where the company confirmed that active development for the next entry is well underway and implied it would be coming in fiscal year 2025. But imagine how hyped the world would be if we had some GTA 6 news. I feel obligated to mention Fable 4, State of Decay 3, Perfect Dark and Everwild. I've not played any of these, but I'm well aware that many are hoping for updates announcements related to them. Also, just because I've not played them before doesn't mean I wouldn't play them in the future. In terms of the more than likely predictions, there's a lot of the usual on my list, so Forza, Just Dance, annual sports games, and yet another version of Skyrim that I'm sure we'll hear about. Now, I'm not sure if I'm just out of the loop, which is, more than likely, or have we not had that much actually confirmed? Cyberpunk 2077 will be appearing with its Phantom Liberty DLC a fair bit later than we expected DLC to release, but I'm happy it's here. And of course, as we've discussed, Starfield has its own direct. I'm gonna leave it here for this video. It's a little bit different to my usual Silksong content, but if you've made it this far, thank you. I'd love to hear your hopes and predictions in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.